Satati Sefo Warakahla Mnandi futhi mayikuwe ukuwe ayilalela ntwana namhlanje yabona lapha esikhona la eUJ njengoba na uyibonela lapha esokubonisa khona ibhola limnandi lenza senzani fanda kwenza
ayayaya ntwana yami ngibonile vela ama international story afana ngijabulile la eUJ bona fa so kwadireka fa so a full squad le go ra yitsi yohle fa so a star-studded quality team yere bona mfana ayilalela makumnandi ipinking
ngampela wena into ozoyenza vele uhlale ngoba iCOSAFA isaqhubeka ayikusiya abafana kuphela namantombazana asuke khona ungasithini mfethu uzosenzelani mfethu into esizoyibona namhlanje sobona la umdlalo lapho kuzodlala khona eSouth Africa idlala nani lebza
dlala Comoros what Islands yes bazi la
uzobona ke umdlalo ozoqala manje ngeqala wena dlala ku football on 26 zokuthetha kwenzakalani second 20
Well, good afternoon and welcome. Of course, we're out here at the AW Mule Stadium at UJ. Of course, watching the COSAFA match between South Africa and Comoros, joined by super fans here. Hey, what's your name?
My name is Offense.
And what's your name? Otto. So I just want to know from you guys, how do you feel being here today, and who's your favorite fan or favorite player right on pitch?
My favorite player is number 7.
Number 7. And how do you feel being here today?
I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good? Are you inspired by the talent?
Yes.
Okay, and how do you feel, Otto?
I feel good.
You feel good
And happy.
And happy. So who's your favorite player? Looking at all the boys that are playing right now on pitch, who's your favorite one?
Number 10.
Number 10.
Yes.
Right. So do you guys perhaps one day plan to play for Bafana Bafana?
Yes.
And who's your favorite player in the squad? The Bafana squad. Temba Zwane. And what's your favorite player? Mufukeng. Well, there you have it. Raw talent, nurturing more talent right here at the COSAFA. Of course, we're out here going to have more interviews with a couple of other fans. But for now, that's it from us and the boys. And now I am certainly joined by the mother of Lihlohonolo Musia. Mama, how does it feel watching your little munchkin on the pitch here today?
Ngijabule kakhulu ukubona umfana wami representa iSouth Africa. Bekuyiphupho lakhe sukela emncane edlala usuka kahle kahle yena from eMpumalanga ukhulela eMpumalanga adlala obhucwini kwi-team yakhona iRising Stars. Sisuke eMbalenhle thina, then wasesekeza ngapha ngijabule kakhulu kumbona sekala akhona usuka endaweni besingacabanga ukuthi angafika la afike khona. Uzimisele umfana ozimisele kakhulu, angazi ukuthi ngathini ngijabule nje kakhulu nkosami kumbona namhlanje adlalela iSouth Africa under 17.
Well, beautiful words certainly from the mom, disbelief, but also reached with some great inspiration from the youngster coming in from Epuqini. And like we always say, Mam Nandu Mnandi, from Epuqini to the green pastures right here in COSAFA. So big shout out then to Lihlohonolo Musia, and shout out to you, Mom, for watching him and supporting him, rather throughout his journey. And of course, like we always say, the future of South African sport is always in safe hands, and Lihlohonolo Musia is testament to just that. Thank you. Joined by more super fans right here at the AW Muller Stadium at UJ, of course, for the COSAFA South Africa versus Comoros. Joining me is a super fan, Debucho. How do you feel?
I feel good. Day's kind of hot, so I'm kind of tired, but I'm enjoying the match. South Africa have been playing well. We've obviously been keeping position, and they're waiting for Comoros to make that vital mistake to score a goal.
Now, a lot of tactical, perhaps arrogance coming in from the side of Comoros. How do you feel about that?
I feel like they're just a bit frustrated from how the game's going and how South Africa's been so dominant throughout the game.
Okay, but overall, how do you think that the future of South Africa is growing looking at these boys? Most of them come from GDL, and what's your take on that?
South Africa has a bright future with the likes of Emil Whitboy, Steven from the 7, and a couple other players. Yunus has Whitboy went to Chelsea overseas. So the boy does have a lot of talent, and he has a bright future as well.
Well, they have it. Devs say no DNA, just RSA right here at the COSAFA game. It is, of course, South Africa versus Comoros. More fun interviews to come after this.
Mnandu Mnandi, Iguwe, South Africa 3, Comoros Islands 0. Coach, not a very good day in the office today.
Coach, c'était pas une bonne journée, c'était pas une bonne sortie aujourd'hui.
Non, je pense qu'on savait avant le match que c'était une grande équipe en face et que malgré tout on s'est battu avec nos armes et que malgré le score, je pense qu'on a réussi à les faire douter.
Well, before the game, we knew that it was going to be a big and tough game, but regardless of the score margin, we believe that we have managed to make them doubt.
But coach, we know that football has won today, so where to from here for your team?
Coach, nous savons que c'est le football qui a gagné aujourd'hui, et à partir d'ici, c'est quoi la prochaine étape?
Nous, la prochaine étape, ça va être de faire un point et de prendre cette défaite pour pouvoir nous améliorer, pour pouvoir revenir meilleurs. Et encore une fois, on tient à féliciter l'Afrique du Sud qui a proposé un très beau match. Et félicitations à eux et on le souhaite d'aller le plus loin possible dans la compétition.
Well, the next step for us is to learn a lesson from this defeat and try to improve from there on. And also, we would like to thank South Africa for the game that they came up with, and that's all we can say.
Okay, one last question, Coach. What do you think of this tournament as a whole? How is it benefiting your team for the future, and what can you fix and take away from this game?
Dans l'entièreté, qu'est-ce que vous pouvez tirer comme leçon de cette compétition? Est-ce que vous pensez que ça va vous aider, ça va vous donner, vous allez tirer quelques leçons de cette compétition?
Nous, notre volonté, c'est au fur et à mesure des années de réduire l'écart avec les grandes équipes du COSAFA. Donc parmi les grandes équipes du COSAFA, il y a l'Afrique du Sud. Et je trouve qu'aujourd'hui, petit à petit, on arrive à rivaliser, même si on a encore beaucoup de travail. Je pense que dans la durée, dans le futur, ça va porter ses fruits.
So our aim is to try to reduce the gap between the COSAFA teams, and as time goes on, we believe that we'll be able to do that.
Okay, thank you so much. That was Football on 216. Momnando Mnandi, Maguwe. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome back to Football on 216. I'm your host, Tsandom Jako, and this is your hotspots to the youth football development game. Now we know that the year is really coming to its dawn and its conclusion, but the youth football game carries on. We've had some lovely footage from the COSAFA Under-17 Championship. I hope you enjoyed that. So we're going to sit down with the guys this evening and chat everything via the INKUNZI soccer tournament, firstly, that took place in KwaZulu-Natal a couple of weeks ago now. And then we dissect some of the international continental football. I mean, I'm chilling with guys now in the studio that are international commentators. I'm speaking about you, Orabileng. Hello, Ora. Hello, guys. Good evening.
Like
Libza went Christmas shopping over the weekend. He's wearing new shoes. He's nice. It's Christmas, Libza. What must I need to say? But anyway, guys, let's start with the talking points then for the show. INKUNZI soccer tournament, KZN. We know that the school season has come to its close. KZN is really one of the biggest school football tournaments in the country. But apart from that, there was the INKUNZI tournament hosted a couple of weeks ago now, guys. Let's chat about that, Libza.
ntse la ke se ke se ratileng ka yone INKUNZI youth development ntse la ke bone gore le ba setsana ba teng ga e lebelle fela basimane ke buana ka gone ke bona gore toti ladies ke bone ba re ba igapile tournament so go bontsha gore ga ba lebelle fela ka mo basimane ka jalo go bontsha re kgwele basadi ha re nagana ka kgwele ya banna le ya basadi di gona nagana ka yone ka jalo it shows gore even from the early age re gona go tsa basadi ba banyane bana ba banyane ntse la ke re ba rute kgwele ka jalo for me ya bontsha gore Africa bo re go tswela pele go gola ka gona ka di dimalo sheba ora banyana ba rena ba dira sentle thata banyana ba dira sentle ka jalo ha re ba simula from a very young age re tlo ga gakala ka bone so ke itumela go nna le tournament e ntseng ya le gore ga se ba simane fela ke ba simane le ba setsana.
What does INKUNZI mean, guys?
Poho like bull. Khona inkunzi khona inkabi einkomeni zikayi2.
Yeah.
Inkabi isuke isitheniwe inkunzi ingaka10. Ngizokuchazela kanjalo isizulu asitoliwe. Lalela wena Thando. Isizulu asitoliwe. Lalela wena Thando. Into engibonile lapha le ekhuluma ngayo lebza. Sakhumbula sakhuluma ukuthi siyadinga ukubona maybe ko Limpopo KZN ukuthi ibhola besifazane beqale belinakekele belithathe serious ngoba isikhathi esiningi abantu abazali balapha kade bengathathi serious. So kubona nje iqembu njengedoti ukuthi liwina umnandi kakhulu. Enye into engiyibonile khona i-team yaseMelmoth, khona i-team yaseMlazi. Lezo indawo ezihlukene lapho kusho khona ukuthi le tournament lena akusiyo umuntu ozothi ngoba mina ngwasolundi ngoba mina ngwasefriday angizi so ivuleleke kuwo wonke umuntu wena nje uyahamba uyesesha lapha INKUNZI and then ucheck ukuthi ungangena kanjani. Sibheke Highlanders Highlanders mfethu iyona eyithathile lapha game yokuqala Highlanders mayidlala lapha nePeacemakers ubonile ngempela ukuthi Peacemakers nayo iyawina because game yokuqala iwina 2-0 Highlanders wina 3-0 game yokuqala so besingalindela ngempela mina lapho ngilindele ukuthi maybe Peacemakers iyona ezoyithatha but Highlanders uyibonile ithathile leyo
Pro like Fiso says, then I'm happy to see that development is happening all over KZN, right? It's not just your Maritzburg colleges and your Glenwood, Zabo. Now we're Aston Villa na abandoned.
Yeah, nga la tlhala tshwarele go nyana kere wa bona nna se segolo se ke rata o se bua go gore mo bofelong ba letsatsi the youth development football ke yone e fentse ra itse le super sports schools ne le teng ko se se dira se bula di khoro for makawana le makgarejana ba banyane ba ileng gore ba nagana gore because ba ko di outskirts ga gona motho ileng gore gona go identify talent ko super sports schools se teng batho ba bone le mo super sports schools di national selectors ba ka gona go lebella the super sports schools app ba tsamaye ba re gona le player ile gore re identify le to that INKUNZI tournament me ba tsamaye ba salana le yone morago that player gongwe ba ka motlisa ba mo krela stopper se ile gore aka gona go nna it's a development go go so
yeah okunye nje ukuthi tournament iqale ngo2006 until namhlanje sarana kusho ukukhulu
18 years
yeah 2006 and mawuthi yabheka ifocus yabo kuma under 15 under 15 kuphela focus yabo from 2006 kusho khona tournament yakhula mase bekwazi ukudonsa abantu abanjenge super sports schools ukuthi beze lapha khona into soyibona inikeze 2 years uzobona futhi
Ethanda KZN ne But then in terms of those Kasis being the same, we've seen some international Kasis now. Bulawayo to Lusaka to Harare, the under-17 COSAFA CAF Championship taking place in Johannesburg. Now what I'm excited about, you saw some footage from Amajimbos, is that the players that we speak about week in, week out, guys, they're getting that continental experience. Yeah. How was that?
Wa bona ntsa la ke maitemogelo ba re can never buy experience ka ya le gore o ne le maitemogelo tshwanto tshameke so go itumedisa go bona gore ba ka bona rona bana mjigs ba dira sentle mo international phela ke international e ntsa la ka se national ke ka o bule Bulawayo ba teng go gontsi fela ntsa la kene go itumedisa le rona Fiso se ka bona fela di team tsa Mzanzi man re bone le ko Africa go tshamekiwa yang ke bone maloba ha ne re bona yone Comoros Islands ba mebile yana thano ba emeletse fela mara ba rona ba e tshwara khwile ka yalo you can tell gore ba tshameka bolo le go ra e tshwane rona re rela ya mo technique re tshwara khwile ba go Comoros ba dira eng ba direla mo mmeleng wa bone ba go khurumetse ba go dirang ka yalo it shows gore khwela dina ntsa like rona re re bona mfa go ntla e yalo so go nna yalo experience in nate gore makawana ntsa gola mjigs ntse ba tsamaye ba go under 17 under 20 ba kena go bafana ba nna maitemogelo ra tlhoka ka gonna experience o ka se reke mjigs gore o nne le yone tshwanto tshameke
yeah mina ngiqale ngibingela ngithi bonjour yazi mfana yazi manje
bonjour
ngise Africa man
Wait, what language is bonjour? Yeah, good question, Ora.
That's French. That's why umuntu uza
because yakhumbula le coach wayizolo kade sikhuluma wayo
interview le monna ka
French interview nge-French uLebsa
You were interviewing in French?
No. No one will interpreter here that the coach was there so nekili that belt in
bonjour siyangenelela
international
into sibonile lapha nathanda kakhulukazi la eSouth Africa ngicabanga nombukela ubonile lapha novela Khumalo ichaza le ndaba leyo ukuthi mawubheka ko wonke ama countries lawa khona South Africa yiyo kuphela ngathi nomzimba omncane but irelaya la kakhulu game besibonile lapha ngathi idlala iboxing nebhola same game ngathi wrestling nebhola because abanye bayakhahlela abanye bona bayadribula so into esibonile but into kakhulukazi kumele sikhuze ezintwaneni zethu mfethu engihali ukuthi sikhuze ngoba sidlala international ilokho attitude ezintwana zethu
zinokula lentwana
angithandi kakhulukazi zinokula ngifuna ukuyinema ngamagama zizozazi intwana but then kumele zikwazi ukwehlisa umoya because manje mawuzolwa lento le game ibukele yiyo wonke umuntu wazelapho uthi team maybe alahli somewhere izofuna ukuthatha and then wena uyalo so kumele sikhuze lonto le ngibonile ziyalo intwana zethu
even in the game against Botswana their first game there's unnecessary fighting no it shouldn't be like that
mari sorry ntsa la ke for pilo ya go orange tsarele ke batla go bua ka eno topic ke bone sengwe se leng gore Emil Vetboys dirile maabane fa eso ne ba mo targetile maabane Emil Vetboy ha tshwara gore ba mo aparela maro itse na dira nga etsa go ema na opa matsogo a ba opela matsogo like go a bontsha gore attitude e rilang ka yone sefiso ba e bone technical team yalo ba e address ka gonne ga bane ba tshameka motshameko wa ntlha ne ba lwana botlhe mjigs but now maabane malo ba nne rile kwa ke bona ba modiga na ba opela matsogo mfeto la ba mo tshwara ba mo dira
bayamqava ukuthi ubuye Chelsea probably ngayibambe mfethu Mr International.
Yeah, I think ga ba bua ka golo I think ke nagana gore le ditlhopha tse dingwe ba itse South Africa thata so ga batla ba bona gore ga bana tšhono ya gore ba ka fenya ya no ba etseng ba nna physical le ke ntse le legend tse dingwe mo malobe re bua ka yona kgola dina re lebeletse motshameko wa Zambia le Zimbabwe le bone makawana ba le ba Zambia le Zimbabwe ba tswile mmele mme fela ga o ka lebella rona re ko tlase ba buile gore ba bona ikete South Africa ke yona e tlo tswelelang pele but mongwe a botsa potso gore o ra gore Zambia ga o e bonne phatla re no the teams tse dingwe tse di tshwana le bo Zambia gore re di fenye tshwanetse re be kgwele ko maotong cause ke go teng gore ya gore o be kgwele ko dimo gape e ka se re berekele but o ka bona gape le gore di naga tse dingwe I think the preparation ya bone for the youth development ga e up to standards e leng gore South Africa e mo go sona ga jana I think South Africa when it comes to youth development structure e go godimo thata gona le ditlhopha tse dingwe tse leng gore ga nne ntse re buisana le bona na ba re they only have a week to assemble a team e leng gore e tlo gaisana
Swaziland and a week to assemble
one and then also le Namibia ba rile the trials
they were stuck 4 hours at the border
ba rile the trial go select a national team ya under 17 so na gana ga o ira the trials to select a national team for gore the development no that's why ke rialo to compare le dinaga tse ding gore re go leveling so I think ga go utlwa sentle Zambia le bone bana le a proper structure se se tshwana le rona sa Africa borwa gore gona le di TDS programs gona le di women's league gona le di youth league tse leng gore di a tshamekiwa kona gen so seo se tsa gore go nne botoka for the national selectors for youth di khona go bona batshameki
ebhlungu yona mfethu but ayiyahlekisa nje ukuthi ngenza ama trials for a national team bafethu kumele kulunge
and then mo di mogamo ga ba fetso etsa di trials there will be the players tse di good tse leng gore ba di select but then gabana the passport you have only a few weeks to travel
Malawi figure they only arrived about yesterday at the tournament so there's lots of factors to contend with. Quickly guys, before we end I want to touch on one more thing via youth football in Africa and in the world becoming younger because the eligibility for this tournament is players born in 1 January 2008 so these are 16-year-olds, right? We know in our Gauteng Development League you can be 17 but play under 17. This tournament you have to be 16, so it forces the development football to be younger. So those tournaments like INKUNZI under 15 become important to go into analysis cultivate. I see Kulumen fast is catches pedal.
Ke teng mo ile gore o buile sentence like tse ke re tlhoka tournament tse ding gape di kgone gore di nne tsone di etsa eng di kopanyang jalo gore ha re ya go godimo ntsa like re kgone go itsira go godimo yang ka jalo go nna tournament tse dintsi mo Africa borwa go re thusa gore kgone go identify talent e ka gona go bua ha o le 17 o ka tsone tshameka under 17 tshwanetse ne 16 ka jalo go bontsha wena mjikti gore the more we have these tournaments mo Africa borwa the more re tlo gona go feed tournament tse di tlhokang jalo maka wana manye le magare ba manye
thina nje mina ngashayela abantu labaphethe ibhola la South Africa isafi izandla kakhulu azinti kanjani ngoba ubheka thina eSouth Africa siphethe ama under 15 kakhulu abothashini labo majola abomaqasha like sikhotho siphethe ama under 15 kakhulu so sibashayela izandla babe nazo lezo structure lezo efitayo ku national team
go bua yalo ne ke re tlo ama yone ntlhae gore rona di batshameki ba ile gore ba selected ba tlo tshameka ngwaga ba tlo tshameka ngwaga go tlang ba santsene bana le ntho le gape le ko abantwana ne ke bua le coach Angela Mchitwa Ntombi futhi ne ke sa itse gore ke Angela lina la gala la mo magare so akere ga ya
smile mo no go
smile la nngwe
no akere bo ke smile so go gore ne ke sa itse ne ke sa itse so akere ga ya international kwa di sa maina go otlhe so so next side but then ga ke bua le na tlhalosa gore the reason why I did yalo gore o batla continuity next year ba tshameka World Cup qualifiers so batla gore still makharejana ba tshwere e be le bona gore ba
qualify
le I think Mozambique le bona ba editse go tlhopanyana di lentsi le bona ba ileng gore ba tlile ka magare ba tlile ka ma 2009 2010 ke tsone ba ileng gore ba bantsi mo 2008 they very few because bona ba tshameka la bofelo mo ditlhopheng so I think that thing ya gore continuity le yone in netting I think by by consider.
Okay boys, all good. Okay, thanks guys. I think we've missed each other so much. I'm so happy to be with you guys, but it felt a bit like Matota score in studio. It's just been, guys, we've got in an expert that knows about the ladies game, and she's going to sit down and they're going to talk about the development that the ladies football has made in South Africa. Stay tuned to the show, and we've got Sfiso, Kamu, and Ora up next.
Football on 216 indlela esibuya ngayo usukile namhlanje uthando bekuchazelile ukuthi sohlala phansi sithi ukudiscuss uzokhumbula ke ngihlale ngikutshela ukuthi football on 216 akuyona kuphela eyama out namachera akhona abantu besifazane bakhona ibhola labo sokhuluma nje ngebhola abantu besifazane ngiyazi ngesikhulume kakhulu mhlambe ngokungena egroundini sokhuluma ngayo yonke into yebhola abantu besifazane bheka ngiphethe bani orapeleng Mr Cutting Katong the international ngayi lapha na ukamhelo masango ninjani bafethu
hayi cha mina ngiyaphila namhlanje ngiyezwa
Kamu okay?
Kiteng yeah, no, it feels good to be back. It feels good to be back. Outing hlale kahle nginethezeke.
Yeah, relax. So tell me man Kamu, masiqala lana ikakhulukazi ngiyazi usongena inside kwibhola abantu besifazane ukudlala but wena uke kunenye workshop okuwayihamba lapha. Isho ukuthini le nto leyo icabanga about ibhola abantu besifazane ukuthi ban workshop not only abantu abadlalayo but abantu behind the scene, abantu commentator.
I think it's beautiful to witness the growth in women football and women in broadcasting as well. So COSAFA hosted the inaugural commentators workshop with just females all over Africa, and it was just so beautiful to witness 8 girls come together and to get mentorship from a Mark Gleason, you know, world-class commentator, and to get a Nonoqele who's also a super sport producer to now shape us in order for us to be better broadcasters in the future, and also, like you said, to enhance women football and enhance women in sport. And I think that's a big initiative from COSAFA.
Yeah. So, Mr. Cutting Katong, when our international mfethu international mfethu but before singena kwibhola abantu besifazane la igaming because bengafuna ukuqala igaming ucabangani ngalo nje as a whole ibhola abantu besifazane lonke nje maso
no ke nagana hore ke tla bua thata ka COSAFA which is ke region ya rona e leng gore re concentrate le mo yona, and then mo South Africa nga gore are a kena pelaelo go bua nnete fela South Africa a kena pelaelo ke a itse gore ga rena thaka ga ra go dinageng tse di but fela if ke a tsa ke lebella outside of South Africa, I think talent eating. I think the only thing how do you manage that talent? You keep on that talent together, because now countries for COSAFA, they playing together as a national team. Have national tournament they fella. So one of the things continuity, make sure those girls, they have league that they play day in, day out. Some countries batamiki from Godigolo. Godigolo wa in a tournament, maybe hotla tournament there, junior inter-school tournament. And then after more happen, the girls ban but the talent is there. I think the main thing is how do you get that talent nurtured? We try together make sure they play day in, day out.
Yeah. Plus learning conversation, akusi mengizoloko ngibuza aba question. Uzothatha lento le ayisho manje or siphoze kuyenza question. Ucabanga ukuthi wena angenza kanjani abantu ukuthi ibhola lesifazane balineture ngaleyo ndlela. Lento ade yisho yena manje.
I think, like Ora said, continuity is very important because we do see Hollywood beds, and now from the girls that play there, we see their contributions to Banyana Banyana. You know, they are more structured, but also in the lower divisions, we need to have almost Hollywood beds 2.0 so that the younger generation can then be grown like GDL, you know, it predominantly with males, so we need a similar league just for women so that there's that constant assurance in their craft and they can better their crafts, not only the girls but also technical staffs, because we get coaches that come now for big tournaments. Now you're playing in COSAFA, but have you bonded with the girls? No, you haven't. And do you have a personal relationship with everyone in the technical team? No, you don't. So I think having such a league will broaden horizons for coaches, but not also the coaches, the players, and also spectators need to play a part in it. Support women football from the underdying stages of under 15, under 13, all the way till the bread and butter, which is our Banyana Banyana side.
Yeah. Siya manje egroundini or ube nenhlanhla yokuthi ubukela amanye ama team engasiwo ala South Africa abantu besifazane bedlala ibhola. Ucabanga ukuthi sikuphi? Asingene manje phakathi as South Africa sikuphi comparing to le bhola leli ya.
Sifiso kuhle ke tlo boeletsa gape ke compared to the COSAFA region. Ha rena thaka. Meaning a gona any other country ngaring they are posing a threat against South Africa. But then by long ba challenge, but I think ntho e leng gore South Africa e etsa right ke the continuity part e buang ka yona
yeah.
ga o ka lebella the national team ya under 17 e rileng ka yona ko COSAFA gona no ke the same team that was together last year ganne ba winner the COSAFA Schools Championship ba winne ko Tanzania ba boa gape ba winner ko Namibia. So that team has been together for a very long time. So that continuity makes that team a very solid one. Those girls, if they play, you can see chemistry. They know each other, and then most of the players who are there, they playing in a higher league. Yeah, women's football, mo South Africa. How can lebella bo Katlego Mohale, o tsamaka go JVW, wa lebella bo Sithole bo Kwezi, but tsamaka go Hollywood bet. The fact that they playing go the highest level yeah, women's football mo South Africa in the league, they play week in, week out. That makes it a very solid base. Other countries, they assemble a team a week before the tournament, make sure they get there's no chemistry, they don't know each other. Some of the teams that I spoke to, they had their first training session. How about South Africa?
Yeah. Ungamsabi. Ungamsabi. Balokhu buka mina. Ungamsabi. Lokhu buka mina. But ngifuna ukunifaka ku-sport guys. Ngiyazi mhlawumbe nakamo ngaba ngicela uvale le nto leyo.
Okay.
Ngicela ivale ne. Top of your mind. Ama player 4. Abantu besifazane. Ngizoqala mina.
Ngivalile.
Ngizoqala mina.
Yeah.
Ne?
Yeah.
Obvious ngeke ngimshiye. Katlego Malibane. Captain.
Okay. All right, sharp.
Julian Molen. Udlala ku JVW. Julian Conserves besinayi lana udlala ku JVW. Mohale bukhuluma ngaye. Jersey number 15. Captain JVW. We have Makazi. Jersey number 15 Mamelodi Sundowns. Captain.
Freestyle, so are you talking about under 17 or are you talking just
I'm talking
general?
Oh, okay.
Generally.
General.
Phela na under 17 nganifaka.
Okay, cha singangena. Singangena ku under 17.
Banofuna ukuza manje.
Okay, Ngizoya mina. I think for me number 1 is Leonie Cock. She's got a hat-trick opener in COSAFA. So top tier.
I like it.
Yes, thank you. So we're going head to head. I'll get captain as well, Katlego. I think she's brilliant. She's leading the pack quite gracefully. I'll give in Wendy Shongwe. She's a tax girlie. As a tax girlie myself, I will put her there. And tax also.
Tax girlie.
Hey, come on. How tlo bo bua selo bo fit?
No, I'm a tax alumni.
Oh, it's tax girl.
Okay. Girly.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yes, so that's my top 4.
Ai, ya no, ke tlo etsa ke busetse ko morago. Wa mo itse Bonolo Mokoma, the Rock of Gibraltar. Wa mo tseba Semamani, wa mo tseba Kwezi Khoza, wa mo tseba Sithola, yeah. And then gonne gape le yeah, o gutla Sithola gonne gape le Katlego Mohale, brilliant. Like she's got a very, very beautiful goal out of the 18 area. Like Katlego Mohale is something else.
Top notch, ne?
Yeah.
Kule nami ngizodliwa. Cela nginemele aba u3 ama coach abantu besifazane enbaziyo. Ngizoqala Muchicha, flazo khuluma ngayo. Ngizoqala asiye ku Muchicha. Asiye Jalin van Wyk.
How?
Man besinabo la bethak. Ubani? Okay,
Aldul, Ngizothi mina Simphiwe Dludlu, she's a brilliant person. Also Banyana, she's an analyst now, so I look up to her, Simphiwe Dludlu. I'll give it to the COSAFA coach, Coach Ndomfuthi Khumalo. So big shout out to her. And Janine van Wyk.
Yeah, I know. You're right. Nna ke tla fitisa cause expert dating so. Expert.
Mara ngenxa isikhathi unomuntu manje obukela idiski unomntana entombazana obesaba ukuthi umntana akhe hambe odlala ibhola umntana akhe yabe involved ngebhola because of zonke lezi zinto ezenzakalayo yabazi bahlale bekhuluma no umntana nami uzoba njengomfana nani izinto nje yabone kanjalo so mhlawumbe iadvice ongayisho kuwena lo mzali leyo besaba ukuthi umntana akhe odlala ibhola ngaba yini?
I think mzali nakekela amaphupho engane yakho umntana makafisa ukudlala ibhola akayodlala ibhola because you look at the change in women football. You've got a Linda is a girl. You understand, so it doesn't mean you're going to change and be a tomboy. Maybe the characteristics and the lingo maybe eyasebholweni but ungikhula kokuya uzokwazi ukuthi ayiqoqe. I think women football is growing. There's not much fear as there used to be back in the day. There's more opportunities now. What parents then need to do is to find the relevant information. I think that's what matters most. Find good information and take them to a established club. I think when you take them to such clubs, and also amaklaba sekas, siqale ebhuqwini, then you go to the greener pastures. So akaqale noma ikuphi umntwana.
Yeah, I think e ka mo I willing e leng gore ke itumelela ka yona, and then nka simolla gore batsadi ba lebelle ke yona gore be informed.
Yes.
Ke re amolaetsa gore batsadi ba rona ra itse gore batsadi ba rona ba na le yone ntho eno e bua gore ga monyana a tshameka kgwele ya dinao go tla ra gore e tla nna mosimane. No, ga ya nna yalo. And then gape ntho engwe e ke ratang go e bona gore ba tlogele ba ile go tshameka. And what I saw ga ntse re etsa that COSAFA tournament gore go na le di-teams tsa ga go tshameka makgaretšwana, there are teams tse e leng gore di tswa mo location di atla as teams di tla go supporta banyana kwa. So that's a good thing as well gore le yone opportunity ya gore tshameka ko butswini, and then the next thing o ya kwa. It's very good to le bone let them go see gore ga setse o tshameka how is it playing for a national team o le kgarejwana o bona gore oh okay it is very nice. Le batsadi abatle ba tlo support ba lebella gore ga mostana a lebelle the technical team everyone ba ba tlhokometse makgarejwana.
Yeah, ngicabanga ukuthi siqedile bafethu. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Nizwele ke nani into ebefuna ukuzwa ngebhalani besifazane. Ungasabe mzali, thatha umntana umhambisa yodlala ibhola. Kuningi angakwenza ngaphandle kokudlala kuphela. Thina kwamanje asibambelana le conversation. Mase kubuya uMdula Studio Thando yena ozobe sebuyile. Kwamanje ke kulungile ke bye.
Sefo uwalakahla Satati Sefo uwalakahla
Mnandi hiyo le football on 216 gompieno remo no limit Atlas mo Balfour Alexandra Football Club mona ngi trial se re buileng ka tsone wena first ke tsebe up to so far ke inso se boning bosa yami
into wena lebza esibonile kakhulu azosukwini namhlanje ukuthi abazali bakhona bazo support. Ngiyacabanga ukuthi siye sayikhuluma lento le element abazali supporteni. Into esibonile kunamaqembu amathathu la azofuna ukuthatha ama player. Kube khona abantu aba on ama agencies ama player mfethu ukuthi makhona ama player bengadonsalana befake ama agencies. Izinto ezi right ama opportunity galo.
So I wanna wena motho to dilo rona ka kwa ntle tsanela re bona ma interview ngena batho ba mmalwa na lisifiso bona re kene ka mo re tswa ka mbona football on 216 mnandi maiguwe iguye. Mnandi maiguwe iguwe blomele mang igen freeze Highlands Park play. Ntwana, how's it going?
I'm good, and you?
Good man. Tell me something up to so far, what is different when you can compare these trials and the ones you've been to before?
So basically there's more like confidence. People, the difference between them is that some people want to play for themselves, they don't want to help each other. So I feel like if we play with each other, we can help each other grow, be better players, and go far in football.
Man, we know you're a superstar. Again, we've been watching you for the last 2 years now, and we've seen you grow into the system. So what have you learned from this initiative today? If you can pick just one.
I've learned that you have to play a different way. Try play your normal game. Don't change anything. Don't try to be fancy. Just play simple.
So now, for somebody who has never been in this situation where you are now, what can you say to that young man or that young lady who wants to one day be a superstar and be recognized the way we are recognizing you now?
All I have to say to you is just trust in God, trust the process, work hard, watch football, analyze well. That's all.
We believe in you, Ntwana. So tell me something. Have you been selected? Because I see you holding your certificate here. I don't know if you've been selected. What's going on?
Yes, I have.
Serious? You see now, that's Egan Freeze Buffet. He's going to Portugal. He's going to fly out. Ntwana Yami, thank you so much for your time. That was football on 216. Mnandi mnandi. Aye, mnandi mnandi. Maiguwe iguwe futhi ngeke. Bakuthatheleo. Ditebo sibandekiwo all the way from Orange Farm. Bamotsaile no limit Atlas. Ba go tshamekela Braga. Ntwana ka congratulations number 1. O ikutlwa yang boy? You could not have it. Fit all this time on Julie Mumzanti, Utamikal Highlands Park under 17. As I know, pick up your boy. Nensoro Bona, but that's as much as we can. We could learn someone flies from Portugal. Utolata na boy.
I could look to be honoring Lina Polo as even Sabateta in Shapoka Polo, visit familiar from Orange Farm, placating jazz, to Hono Panisa Montaka, Hono Batavis.
Ne, Baringo high boy. What is your mother saying? What is your father saying, bra? Baringo Tinda.
But you have one so kiss.
Oh, it's a secret. They don't know yet.
But
wow.
It's a surprise.
Ne,
the Matsibaka Chego swimming pool.
Ah, why?
What was a surprise? I like it from the summer from placating jazz.
Ne, Andonak, congratulations, boy. That was Itebo Sibande. He's flying to Portugal to play for Braga. Congratulations to him. South African football is going up. If someone from Portugal can come down here and see and witness the talent that we have, we are going somewhere. It is football on 216 Mamnando 90. Aribuaka International, Ribuaka DD, No Limit Atlas. With me now is Jose. Jose, how are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you very much.
Up to so far, what have you seen in South Africa in terms of the talent?
Yes, okay. We were here because we believe in the talents of Africa in general, South Africa in particular. And we saw some kids with good potential.
Yep.
And of course, they need to develop some skills. It's a normal thing. It's all a big process to become a professional football player. But I think some of kids that we saw here may reach in a few years a good level.
Okay, so now I'm asking for a kid who wants to be here one day. When you scout, what is the most important thing that you look at?
Oh, it's a lot of things, okay? Of course, the skills, the technical skills are important, but the mentality is important too, because sometimes on the field, on the pitch, you can see some, for example, if the kid is serious, playing is competitive, if never give up, and that kind of things sometimes are very important to become a professional football player. And of course, it's not one thing. We saw and analyze a lot of things, but if you ask me, two important things.
Yes.
The technical skills and the attitude.
Wow, and the very important attitude.
Attitude is very important.
One last one, Jose, before I let you go. Have you selected some players and when are they going?
Yes. We select 4 kids, four players.
Okay.
They will go from these young players. They will go making some trials and some experiences in Portugal, in Patos Ferreira and U17.
Oh, wow.
And in the afternoon, the old guys and the old players, one of them will be tests in U17, and another will be present in some trial in Braga.
Wow, you could create 4 players flying to Portugal for trials. Thank you so much, Jose, for your time.
Thank you.
That is football on 216 Mamnando Nandi. Is football on 216 No Limit Atlas #don't limit your potential. Gompieno re mo Highlands Park re tlo bona jalo ditlhopha tse pele go di katisa ba tlo bona ka batshameki ba bone. With me now I've got the partners of
of the No Limit Atlas. James, how's it?
Nice to meet you guys. Thank you very much to give us this opportunity to be here with you and to come to see the boys that we have here in this event. Yes, it's last day of the event. Very good players that we see here, and I know that we will have a great results.
It is very easy to identify talent, ne? You can see a talent is there, but how hard is it to actually get the player to live with you or maybe negotiate with the club?
Yeah, look, there's a lot of quality players here. It was very difficult to see who stands out, but those who did stand out, I mean, the scouts, they could see it, but like I said, there was a lot of good players here who had potential to go, but just others were maybe just 1-2 steps above those players. And yeah, certain players here we had to try to convince and bring that quality here, because when you bring scouts like this from Portugal, you know, they need to see the top players.
Coming from Portugal to witness such talent here, what are you taking back home based on what you've seen here? I'm talking about the talent.
Look, I'm surprised because the African players they have a lot of power, a lot of energy. They give everything in the field. This is very good. This is very good. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with the results. I know that some boys it still need some time, so that's why we will sign some boys to our agency to follow them here, to help them with to help the family with some important things that the boy needs to grow more, and some of the boys they're already in the good level to go directly to the clubs, and we will help them with everything, and I believe we can do good deals.
Now, one last question. These boys are good, yes, I know, but do you think maybe from them, we're speaking development, right? But now, do you think there's any 1 or 2 or 3 of them that you think they can directly fit into a team in Portugal based on their standards?
Yeah, 100%. You know, when these scouts choose the players, because it's an investment for them, you know, so they choose the players because they look at the players' qualities and they judge them according to what they have in the teams in Portugal, the players there. And with no doubt, we've seen 2 or 3 players here that have the quality, enough quality to play in Portugal. And we're so excited that this is happening. You know, when we spoke about this a month ago, we thought it was a scam. You know.
Yes. You couldn't believe it.
And then we No Limits have shown results, and we're changing kids' lives here. So, and yeah, can't wait for them to start getting going to Portugal.
Thank you so much. That was No Limit Atlas. Hashtag do not limit your potential. It is football on 216. Mom Nandum Nan. My Gue.
That's been the episode number 30 of Football on 216 Cheese. I think I look back and I think at the first episode we had in May, and we've come such a long way. Hope you've enjoyed that special covering some of the COSAFA footage, the resident women's, ladies experts. Hopefully we can involve her a little bit more in season 2. Kamogelo Masango, I think she was superb. Guys, let's quickly reflect on No Limit Atlas. That's the footage we just had now. You guys were just there this weekend covering that Portuguese. Come on, let's.
I want to answer like back in the day when I was when I ne re itse gore ya overseas like ga o tshamekela tlhopha se segolo ba ka go bona ba go reke ba go itse ka gone anong from a very young age ntse like ba go tsa ba go isa kwa ka mantsama you can easily adapt ha le gore vele motho adaptang ka bonako o santse le monnye. So now imagine if you can adapt ka kwa ntse like le monnyane yana ra gola anyway go ka yanteng ka khona gore o fitle ka yalo ke nana ke kganye e ntle thata gore maka wana tla ka kwano ba tlo lebella ba tshameki bana ba ditse ba boitse go Portugal le gore ba moratile khotsa re itse no more ba e batla, but as long as re itse gona le ba tshameki go yang kwa Portugal and like ba ratilwe for nna ya kanya Africa borwa ya gapa mo kgoleng ya dina.
Sfiso, yeah, I saw this Obazibuko was also there. Sugar na ibeka so what Sugar wants to leave Super Sport now? They go for Sugar.
No, I think Bafet to enter a final as much as Swin that were right position, but we're still hoping izinto eziphezulu because obvious ukuyale phesheya ndoda you can't compare it ne team edlala eSouth Africa nabayakwazi lokho yabo so into engibonile lapha mina mfethu ngesikhathi sisile ngoba bebona abantu 48 abazali support abazali ade beletha abantwana babo mfethu uyabona ukusho khona ibhola la eNingizimu Afrika liyakhula if umzali uzothi kuphi ePortugal okay sharp mntana mina ngizoza ngizokuletha kuhambisa akamind ukuthi for ama dreams wakho ngakise ePortugal umzali akamind ukuhlukana nomntana wakhe for ama dreams so ibalekile kakhulu le nto leyo
I think ngitho ngabe wena sizo kuhlenga ibua ngo hore okay yeah talent in the South Africa that's a given and then le hore the selectors are tsenga se bua ngoma ka wana hore ga ile hore o no o ile go ditekong ga wa selectiwa it doesn't know hore ga o itse kgola dina khotsa ga ona yone talent le tsone di scout a ke gona le tsengwe tse the attributes tse ba di lebella gora gore wena o ka tswa ona le di attributes tse dingwe tse ileng gore kana go ene di sa tlhokege mara go pele o ka tsamaya wa la tlhakega so keep going o ska ba ema ka gore o ile di trials ga ba go selecta that's not the end another thing when as fizo go tle o bua ka batsadi to detach from the kids gore ba ba ise overseas it's a very difficult one for batsadi le bona go etsa the thing le ngwana cause now ha le motsadi ngwana a le ko it's a very difficult o phela ona gana ka ngwana le adjustment ya ngwana you have to be strong mentally ga o le motshameko le gore o tlo selectiwa o yena that's ntwe le gore batho ba Atlas na go nne ba le fa mo studio ba ibuile gore lene ke mangana le Leo o buile gore le ene ga nna le kwa as much as the older he is una sokola mentally ka go adjust and everything how tsena the language barrier santla ga utlo gore bare you have to adjust and everything le tsona dio tsa dijo mo tsa di gale ka fa peile bogobe ka fa wa nagana gore yo ngwana ke o jang kwa a tlo khora eng wa bona dio tse dintseng yang so that thing go re tshwantse o be strong mentally and everything I think if you can win mentally talent ha ile thing then o ka ya go pele.
Yeah, our producer also made an interesting remark via they choose kids that they think would fit there, right? Would be able to suit. Because Fiso, not aiki inhliziyo lapha. Angina inhliziyo lapha, angakudla inhliziyo lapha. Ekawuli different. So angazi man, there's a certain type of kid also that they look for.
Yeah, into kanjalo nathando. Okunye esingeke kubalekele nanokuthi mfethu makuzoya mhlambe uSifiso wase Davidson. Laphana angeke afane maybe no Thando wase Bryanston or uMason wase Bryanston okuya laphana because ngale impilo lephila lapha eSuburb la South Africa it's almost the same noma ngasiyo mina ngwasekasi ngijwayela amakota nguSifiso and into ezimnandi eziningi azikwazi ukukhuluma English if I was in English ke so iyo lento leyo so ingakho bethi baya choose ungafika lapho untwana umnandi but siya choose ukuthi kahle kahle wena ekugcineni uzofitha yini istandard sangale yazi mina bengifuna ukwenzana nathanda bengifuna ukuthatha intwana ngifaka ngise kula ma trials iyodlala ibhola sekasi lidwebe ligibele ngamadolo kuphela bengifuna ukubona bazothi
ngeke bamthanda
wasela
ngeke bamthanda indoda
abancane nele
hayi
ngiyabacabanga umfukeng nangeligibele uyambona umfukeng
ebathengule ngifuna Barcelona ndoda
yeah nomfuki
gibela
amfuki ngaligibeli Sifiso
umfuki ngithrepa ngedolo baba
ya maru ya kaya fetsa trap ya wena abale mudi umfuki ngalo abale mudi debo ya gopi dribble to eliminate so wena ntsala ke akanya go ya ka Sifiso bua a go nelo wana go ka satsene da re bone ntsala ke go rente ga ka igata mara a igata ya kopile and see ha ba yitse khwile go ntle ntsala ke ba itse fela go phasana rona re mnati a le gata ntsala ka belengwe le amara sa robala ka mpa ke nga gibele ke
ano tanga yenza masija ndote okay bafethu as qhubekeni manje isikhathi sihamba. Now we build up to one of the biggest world international youth tournaments this coming week. It starts on the 13th of December, which is Friday, and that's called a competition called IBA Cup. And that competition encompasses some of the best academies in the world. We're going to have Espanyol, PSV, Arsenal are confirmed, PSG, VG, PSG, they'll all be here. Guys, let's have a chat about some of the opportunities that are available. Because even our very own South African teams, we're going to see other teams there, Amazulu. There's going to be so many other teams. Usutu.
Yeah. So it's angithe manje. Ilento bengifuna ukisho nathanda ukuthi kunento eright esiyenza ibholeni la South Africa. Check COSAFA kunama team international. No limit, something international. IBA international. There's something right. esiyenzayo
khona into right esiyenza la efootball on it's just siyenza la because ngesphetha ama-international but let's quickly talk about some of the opportunities available at IBA, guys.
Wena Thando, before o mentionile di-team tse dintsi tla ko go bolelela go na le sengwe se e leng gore sa diragala in the background se lona e leng gore maybe ne le sa se le tlhoko ga se di-team fela tse e leng gore di a tsenela wa itse gore go na le batsadi ba ba ikgobakanyang ba itse setlhopha ba ntshetse bana tšhelete ya registration they form a team and then they call that team a name and then go
it's like KFC is playing at IBA.
di-team tse dingwe tse diko ke di-team tse e leng gore ga itseng ko botsa madi bone o to thola gore ke batsadi ba e leng gore ba tsere le ka bana ko setlhopheng TS Galaxy Super Sport ba ba tsaya kae ba ba kgobakanya ba ba eletsa setlhopha ba ba tsenya ko IBA Cup.
Okay, so there's those type of teams.
Yes,
also.
there are those type of teams.
I want to explain to the viewer quickly in English. So what Rapeleng is saying is that in IBA Cup, it's not just academies playing. Sometimes it so happens that parents, coaches find the youngsters 11, you bring a team of 18 together and you register that team because the opportunities are limitless. Lebu, you can finally register your own Nsalake FC, man.
Nsalake ne ke sa itse o Rapeleng mona o bua se se botlhokwa
le coach Matthew George a le teng go IBA Cup a coacha a team e leng gore e
kgobakantse ke batsadi wa o sa mfounela mona ke itse ba itse ke na le team go tlong o sa bua fete mare mjix ka mogo o Rapeleng a banka teng Nsalake ne ke sa itse that's a very good thing fete gore batsadi ba khona ba kopana ba itse keng bana ba rena ba khone go tshamekela TS Galaxy ba khone go tshamekela Chiefs ba khone go tshamekela Vets mara itse ba monate so are tse eng tloka ngwana gago tloka ba gago gore kopanye mfethu that's a good initiative
magumnandi pinking boy that's been the episode. Wow, I've enjoyed that. Jeez, it was I think one of our best episodes in some time. We've covered some of the continental footage. We've been able to cover opportunities to play overseas, and we had our resident experts Kamuhelo Masango come and give us everything about the ladies game. So boys, thank you so much for your time. It's been nice. Thanks for your time on the weekend and doing outside inserts. Lebza, mixing that with your Christmas shopping. No, it's been good. Ora, you've also been balancing it with commentary and everything. So we are not you guys. Until the next time, then we'll see you same time, same place in a week's time. And until then, it's catching.
Abatea. That's a beautiful goal.
Sacha Tsefo, what a